Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Hopefully you enjoyed my intro, my little dance that I do to entertain you, to get you to sub to me, lol. Anyways, welcome to the video guys. And there's something that I want to talk about, and everybody's got an opinion and that's fine. However, that doesn't mean your opinion is right or wrong. It just means you got an opinion, and some people will see it as wrong and some people will see it's right. So feel free to agree with me. And I'm just going to say it. I think game journalists are ruining video games. Crazy statement to say, I know, but hear me out. Just hear me out. So there's two games we're going to talk about. And we're just going to start off with Aphelion, which is supposed to be this sci-fi action adventure game made by the same people who made the amazing Life is Strange games. And Aphelion is set in the 2060s. And it's about these two astronauts who crash on this frozen planet, and basically they're being hunted by this mysterious entity. And before you ask, I have not played this game, and after seeing gameplay, I kind of don't want to. But it's a linear third-person action adventure video game, and basically what that means is it just follows the story and the game just goes forward. And I find it interesting how they name a planet, a frozen planet, after the Greek goddess Persephone. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know. Here's a picture of her. So that's Persephone. That's actually a picture from God of War. And here's another picture of her because I downloaded it and I wanted to use it. So here's another picture of Persephone. LOL. I gotta say, God of War didn't do her any justice. And I'm only bringing her up because they named the planet after her. And I don't know that much about, I know a little bit about Greek mythology, but I wouldn't say I know as much as I used to, if that makes sense. I think I lost a little bit of my knowledge, but for those of you that don't know, she's she's a Greek goddess, and she's the wife of Hades. So back to the subject. I'm not trying to teach you guys about Greek mythology, although that would be a pretty cool video to do one day, I think. But back to the subject at hand is, I've seen gameplay of Aphelion, and you talk about boring. I mean, let me show you an example of how boring this game actually is. And that's basically pretty much the bulk of the game. And I would know. I sat through a 5-hour video of watching nothing but walking, climbing, more walking, more climbing, even more walking, and more climbing. And the only reason I say game journalists are ruining gaming is because IGN, the big studio game journalists themselves, you won't believe what they rated this game. Because what they rated it is way too generous. After me personally, I will rate the game maybe like a 3 out of 10. Because Don't Nod could do so much better. After all, they're the people that brought you Life is Strange, or even Blood and Bloom Records, or Blood and Bloom Records. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Or Rage and Bloom Records. I can't exactly remember the name. I remember streaming it though. But yeah, they brought us so many fantastic games, and this happened to be lacking a lot. And 5 hours, even fast forwarding the video, I didn't see nothing of interest. But IGN, the big shots themselves, the Speak for All Gamer Studio, rated this game a 7 out of 10. Not gonna lie, this is some diabolical work from IGN. Whoever gave this game that score needs to, be fired. But that's just personal opinion. That's just my opinion. But you play as these two astronauts, and one is Iarne. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'll be honest with you guys. I am trying. I was going to call her Ariana, no lie, but her name's like, oh no, it is Ariana. So is that a typo? I don't know. But her name's Ariana or Iarne, and here's her picture. And I don't want to be a hater, but this is the most basic gaming character I have ever seen. She is so basic. Her outfit is basic. Her and the other playable character has very similar abilities and stuff, like walking and running and climbing, because that's what you do for majority of the game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the other character is her boyfriend or her love interest, or I don't know what he is to her exactly, but I know it's something of a relationship status. And this guy's name is Thomas. And here's his picture. Look at bro's face. Even bro doesn't even want to be in the game. He just looks like he doesn't want to be a part of the game at all. And just because I downloaded it and have the picture, I'm going to show you the two of them together. So here it is. Even these two don't even want to be in the artwork or the cover poster for the game. They just look so uninteresting. Like, the artwork itself looks really cool, I guess. I think that's the only nice thing I have to say about the game. And I kind of like the graphics to the game. I don't think the graphics are that bad. I just find the game in general to be bad, and that comes from just watching it. So I can't imagine playing it. And I was going to sit you guys through another 1 minute of gameplay, but that would be too much. That's too much for me, and I don't want to do you guys that way. I don't want to make you guys unsubscribe from the channel because you watched another 1 minute of boring gameplay. But basically all it is just a walking, climbing simulator. But I do want to show you what the bad guys look like in this game. They look generic as the characters. So here's what the bad guys look like. They're supposed to be aliens. I think they're called the Nemesis. See, told you that's what the enemies in this game looks like. And very rarely you get to fight them or do some kind of combat. I don't know. You're just mainly walking around and climbing and stuff like that. The game itself is not all that interesting, to be honest. And the fact that IGN rated this a 7 out of 10 surprises me. And a lot of people say this game pushes a political agenda. In other words, it's woke. But even if it is woke, I like games that are good. I imagine everybody loves games that are good. I don't really care if they woke or not, as long as the gameplay and the story is good. I'm all for it. However, it's just surprising that this game just got so much love from IGN. It's crazy, knowing how bad it is. And so, yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about on Aphelion. Now, there's this other game that I was interested in. I was actually kind of hyped for this game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I was so disappointed when I watched gameplay on YouTube for it. But there's a game called Mixtape. And I was really excited about this game. It's supposed to be sort of Life is Strange like, and I was kind of hyped for it. But the game's called Mixtape. And it's about these three teenagers from the 1990s. Stacy Rockford, Van Slater, and Cassandra Moreno. Now, I think Stacy is the blonde one, and Cassandra is the girl in shorts, I do believe, and Van is obviously the dude. But this game is about teens that make their way to a party on the last night of high school, reminiscing about their teenage years and growing up together in California. Or at least that's what the wiki told me. Rockford, or Stacy, whatever you want to call her, she dreamed of being this music supervisor since she was 8 years old. So it's got like a cool story to it. I think it sounds cool in theory, I should say, because when you start watching the gameplay for this, it's very disappointing. I don't like it. And here's a little bit of the gameplay now, and tell me if you guys don't feel the same about it. And I'll be honest, I like the art style, but it makes the gameplay look choppy. I'm not gonna lie. That was like one of the weirdest walking animations I ever seen in a video game ever. Uh, and it's supposed to be this adventure game, so pretty much all you do is walk and talk, and I guess being a teenager. And I'm not gonna lie, that album is okay. I wouldn't say it's like a good album. Donut has the best albums when it comes to stuff like Life is Strange. My favorite album from Life is Strange is Before the Storm. That is peak. All the other Life is Strange albums is pretty peak, except Before the Storm has the best album, in my opinion. So back to Mixtape, anyways. But it's supposed to it's a title inspired by the 1980s, and it's got the 1990s feel. And like I said, the concept is interesting. I'm not going to lie. I just think it wasn't all that good from watching the gameplay. And also, what stopped me from getting it was watching the gameplay, because I was seriously I was really considering to buy this game. I'm sorry, why was that so hard for me to say? I was considering to buy this game because it looked interesting, and like I said, the story seems very interesting. It seems to be. But then you watch the gameplay and watch how the story turns out. It just sucks. See, like, look, is it just me, or does the gameplay look choppy to y'all? To me, it looks very choppy. It doesn't look all that interesting. And I mean, I like the character models. I like the art style. I don't think the art style looks bad. I just think it's just this. This looks annoying. This looks terrible as far as like gameplay goes, as far as the cutscenes go. It just looks so unappealing. Look, watch her throw this rock. Oh no, not the gnome. Dude was minding his own business. And it just doesn't seem like a very good game. However, however, IGN, the the big wigs, the big shots, whatever you want to call them, IGN, the top tier gaming journalists, all the geniuses up there, said this game had potential to be game of the year. With stuff like,
Whoa! What a trip. These things are crazy.
We're in the T-Rex pit.
Not into the T-Rex. Too safe, too mainstream. The Barry Manilow of dinosaurs. Still too dark.
now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, does that seem like game of the year to you? Is that game of the year material to you? Because to me, it's definitely not even in the running of game of the year. And maybe I'm going a little bit too hard on this game. It is made by an indie company. However, with IGN backing it the way it is, it just seems like, I don't know. Because I don't know. I feel like it's like an industry kind of plant game. Like you know how musical artists kind of just blow up overnight because they got people backing them and stuff like that, which is fine. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with being an industry plant. It just means you most likely have no talent. And it kind of pushes their political agenda a little bit, because IGN IGN gave a great game, for example, Crimson Desert, a 6. A 6. Crimson Desert is a fantastic game, fantastic RPG, and I recommend you guys play it if you haven't already. Fantastic game. But you want me to tell you what I really think? I think IGN gave this game a 10 out of 10, almost a game of the year, as they would tell it, just because of this mini game right here. And you guys are not ready for this mini game. Let me tell you, this is like the grossest mini game ever. Oh, you guys ready? You ready? Here it is. Here's this gross video game that I'm building the hype for. And if you're eating or drinking anything, I recommend you put that in your inventory, your backpack, whatever, or just stop. Just stop eating and drinking it, because this is going to gross you out. In 3, 2, 1. Remember, this is a game that got a 10 out of 10 score and is supposed to be game of the year. They turned French kissing into a mini game, and it's the grossest shit you ever seen. You could see the saliva, you could see the braces, you could see the details of the teeth. It's such a weird mini game. Who at the studio went, you know what we should do, guys? We should have two teenagers, French kiss. But wait, it gets better. And then we'll make it into a mini game. Tongue slapping tongue, slapping tongue, slapping tongue. It's a weird mini game. It's kind of uncomfortable to look at, to be honest. And it kind of makes me grateful that I did not buy the game. This is the problem. This is the problem with gaming now. This is the standard that IGN has for 2026. This is the standard. This is the peak of gaming. You know what, guys? I don't even know what I was thinking. These two games are really, really good. They're really fantastic games. I don't know why I was such a hater. Like, obviously, those two, almost game of the year material, if you ask me. But all jokes aside, all sarcasm aside, these games look horrible. They don't seem interesting. They seem boring. And both of them, you're pretty much just walking around the whole time. And like with the Philion, you're just walking and climbing and sneaking half of the time. And with Mixtape, you're basically just playing a little bit of game because there's not much gameplay going on. It's just a story, and that game's like 3 to 4 hours long. And I kind of sat through that too. And so for all my bravery, and I had to watch that mini tongue game twice now, or actually probably more than twice after finishing the edit. So how about you guys drop a like for my bravery? Subscribe if you find me entertaining. Obviously, don't subscribe if you find me boring. But if you guys like my energy, my funniness, my LOLness, if you will, how about you do me a favor and smack that subscribe button like it stole your candy or something. And that's about it. That's all I got for you guys. So, see ya. Bye.
Stop! Get out of my office! This office is not for you! Leave! Go away! Nobody likes you! You have a stupid hat! You got...